Thank you for staying with us. And Ryan Searle is through to round 2, where he will face the winner of this game. Bunting, 20th seed, up against Jamie Hughes, the 45th. A little bit of a sign as to who should win this game. It was the same tale of the tape in the Searle King match, and the person who was fancied via the seedings did come through. But that's no guarantee of success, especially on a day like today, where the number 1 seed on the main board here at Butlins Minehead has been dispatched by the number 64, Ricardo Pietreczko. This is the section of the draw where we have Dirk van Duijvenbode through to play Daryl Gurney. Rob Cross will wait to see who he plays in the next round. It could well be Gary Anderson, because he takes on Gabriel Clemens in our final match from Reds Bar this afternoon. We do have some others to cover, but Murph's with me, and we have plenty of matches for your entertainment before a certain football match gets started at around about 7 o'clock local time.
Yeah, well, let's hope for some top scoring and some fine finishing in the remaining darts matches before everybody who wants to goes and hopefully enjoys the evening's entertainment on ITV. And here it is a couple of Englishmen battling it out. I'm sure both of them will be heading to do the same. One in celebration, one looking to cheer themselves up. We do have a fair few matches already now set for tomorrow. It's the last 32 and last 16 tomorrow. You'll see 8 matches
43
on this stage again here on PDC TV. So just to quickly run through some of those before we get into this one. Ricardo Pietreczko, who, as Paul mentioned, beat the number 1 seed Damon Heta. Well, he faces Callan Ridds. Andrew Gilding meets Keane Barry. It's Dirk versus Daryl Gurney. Christoph Ratajski against Jose de Sousa. Danny Noppert will play James Wade in the bottom section of the draw after that standout display against Simon Whitlock as well.
Yeah, it's all getting very tasty. A bit like the paella I'm going to make a little bit later for you, Murph. Looking forward to that.
Looking forward to that, I am indeed.
Well, a tasty year it's been for Bunting, because if we cast our minds back to about 2 months into the season, we were saying he's playing remarkably consistently, and he's maintained that throughout the entire year. 2 semi-finals, both in European Tour darts, in Austria and in Germany, but 5 more quarter-finals as well, and a whole stack of last 16s. He's just had a really consistent year without winning, and get this, averaging 95 for the year over 127 matches. That's an incredible standard for someone who hasn't won.
Both players leaving 160 in the opening leg. Bunting can't earn himself a dart at double top. Nor can his opponent.
100. Stephen, you require 100.
Ryan Searle made this look very simple.
60.
Stephen, not so. And Hughes gets the little cousin of 100. Same sort of route without the treble. Pierces the lips. And gets the 60 out to take the first leg.
Second leg, it's Jamie to throw first.
It's one of the nicest little dances in the world of darts, that. When you win the leg and you don't have to go to your right around the player, especially when it's Stephen Bunting, because you almost brush his shoulder every time. He can just dance and do that little pirouette down the hockey and say, I'm throwing first.
And making the most of it as well with a maximum to open leg 2.
60.
Of course, Jamie Hughes had his finest moment in PDC darts against Stephen Bunting. Beat him in the final of the Czech Darts Open.
Yeah, the temperature's a little different. We were all there thinking we're going to melt. It's just a matter of when. Mervyn King nearly did melt. He wasn't very well when he finished his quarter-final, and we were very fortunate that we had some great backroom staff who were taking care of him, and to be honest with you, some of those same people were taking care of us, bringing us ice and making sure that we were functional. But ultimately, the survivor of that tournament was Jozza, winning his sole PDC title in Prague in 2019. What a tournament it was, I'll never forget it.
What a leg this is from Hughes. Double top. Fabulous.
Is
Is that the word he would use in his accent?
Well, it
Probably
was
say champion or something like that.
the 14 darter
96.
from the boy from the Black Country.
I can't remember Jamie Hughes ever playing darts in something that wasn't this shirt, or some sort of iteration of this Black Country shirt.
42.
Honestly, when I see him out of this shirt, I barely recognise him. It's like his uniform. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got pyjamas that are just like this dart shirt, or even a duvet cover,
100.
or wallpaper. Actually, you've just given me a really good idea. A
Is it-
Jamie Hughes onesie.
how does your mind work?
I don't know. Come on, Dan Dawson's got a John Henderson yoga mat. And an Andrew Gilding face cover. Oh,
160.
how good was that from Bunting? That was incredible thinking. And even better execution.
A brace of bullseyes from the bullets. Yeah, had he hit the 25 with dart 2,
Stephen, you
he would have been on 170.
145.
Instead it's 145 and plenty of time on his side as well.
80.
He's just getting really creative here, isn't he?
You hit a couple of bullseyes, you must start to feel pretty good about yourself, and maybe it was just a spark he needed.
66.
Small things like that really do spark you into
Now don't hit
doing
it this
incredible
time.
things.
Don't hit it this time, Stephen. Perfectly pitched. Double top.
25.
Look on the bright side, Mr. Bunting. Jozza's not in position to take the leg this time, but he might be in a second. Just do yourself a favour. Hit it now.
Stephen, you require 40.
He needs to land one of those feather-light darts in tops. We've gone from the man with the heaviest metal to the man with the lightest set of darts in the professional game in Stephen Bunting. But he denies Jamie Hughes a handsome lead.
He's 39 years of age now, isn't he, Stephen Bunting?
45.
I mean, I would have to check.
Feels like he's been around forever.
He was. I mean, we talk about child prodigies. When he was a teenager,
96.
he was the boy that would be king, wasn't he?
Around 99, 2000, all the way through to about 2004, there was nobody better in the world under the age of 25.
81.
Up until the Michael van Gerwen era started in 2006. When we talked about young players, we only really talked about two. Stephen Bunting
38.
and maybe Sean Griffiths coming through around about the same time as MVG. But he played in an England side with Kevin McDine and Jason Crawley, and they were just unbeatable.
37, by the way, Stephen Bunting.
Oh, so I got that slightly wrong. Sorry, Stephen. I first met him in December of 99, actually. Northern club in Ashington. He played for Merseyside A squad and absolutely pummeled Jimmy White for
Would have been, what,
Merseyside.
14 years of age?
Yeah, he was a kid. He was a kid. And he was better than everybody else.
98.
He was better than most of the A squad and the Merseyside team as well, like some Mickey Brooks and Jimmy McGovern and the Palfreman brothers. They were all in that team, and he was better than all of them. Stevie McNally as well, the hobo. He was in that team. Incredible squad.
And from a great darting hotbed, his part of the world. Lives in St Helens, same town as Michael Smith.
Can you imagine playing local darts in St Helens and just walking in? Oh, there's Stephen Bunting. There's Alan Tavern. There's Michael Smith. There's John Bowles. There's everybody else.
And now he does need two bulls. Doesn't get it this time.
42.
Hughes needs 3 balls, but I'm not sure he'll go that way. In fact, I'm damn sure he won't.
Well, he's not gonna. But he might just get it anyway. Oh, that's incredible from Yoza. He's in form. He doesn't mind a run at Minehead as well. But that was such a good finish. While we're on the subject of 150 finishes, by the way, are we saying that finish of the year was Whitlock against Daniel Lawson?
You'd have to say it, wouldn't you? If you're not aware, Simon Whitlock did go for 3 bullseyes and executed it to win the match against Daniel Lawson on the Euro Tour. And I have it on very good authority that he then went to a local competition the week after and did it again.
Yeah, just to say it wasn't a fluke, as if we didn't know that already.
100.
And one thing we can say, when Yoza's finding the top half of that 60 bet like that, Bunting's in a lot of trouble here, because he looks fully recovered from that operation that he had. There's no sort of hesitation with that fierce follow through now. If Stephen's not going to be this good all the way through this match, Yoza will beat him.
But in the last Players' Championship event of the year, Jamie Hughes made it through to the last 16, and he averaged more than
61.
90, more than 90 in every single match. He then went to the Grand Slam qualifier, averaged 101.39, knocking out Jose de Sousa. Lost to Mike Dedecker 5-4 with a 95 average. So he's playing decent stuff of late.
He is. Well, he's not going to double down on the massive finishes, to the relief of Bunting, who's had his troubles on tops. This is a very different proposition. And you can see plenty of that. Ooh, maybe not so much now.
8.
Oh boy.
Jamie requires 68.
In the words of Jasper from The Simpsons, trouble a brewing.
1 dart it will be. No, no it won't. Hughes can't believe it. It should have been the 16 with dart 2 for a dart at tops. Bunting off the hook.
Not Yoza. Wowza. He's given you a lifeline, Stephen.
6.
You can't take it.
Jamie requires 32.
Double 8. Double 4.
24.
How many times has it happened? One misses, the other follows.
Stephen, you require 2.
You said earlier, 1 up, 1 in for Dedecker. There's the 1 up. There's the 1 in. Follow the rule book of the Madhouse and ye shall profit.
It's the one double, isn't it, that when you've got 3 darts at it, you don't want to go too aggressive with the first.
And if anybody hits a first dart, they pulled it.
At least aim for the top wire.
If you're good enough.
Yeah, it's interesting. Some players do, don't they? They aim for really tiny targets. They don't just go, I'll throw it in the general area of the treble or the double. They will go for a hole that was created by another dart. Phil Taylor used to practice with a bit of string, didn't he, down the dartboard?
Yeah, that's a good drill, actually. If you're looking to brush up on how straight you want to be on certain segments, a piece of fishing twine's really good, because you want it to ping if you hit it.
You look at the board now. You can see in double top there's a slight piercing, almost central. I guarantee that if one of the players leaves tops, they'll be aiming for that.
98.
I'll tell you what clip I saw this week again for the first time in a while. It was the Simon Whitlock fly clip, when he actually touched the fly with his finger and pushed and left it on the board. Honestly, I thought the commentators were gonna fall off their chairs. They were laughing that much.
Bunting in pole position in leg 6 against the darts.
60. Stephen, you
And he's
require
got 6 here
121.
to clean up 1-2-1. Could have been a very big leg, that. Remember, Jamie Hughes could easily be 4-1 up at this point. Instead, it looks very likely, although that doesn't help his cause much, but it still looks likely that Stephen Bunting will level and then have the darts to go ahead for the first time in the match.
Yeah, we'll find out in the next 30 seconds. Because that is a mountain of pressure on this shot now, and it could well change the route for this 90. It doesn't. It is double 10, and that's marvellous from Bunting to draw level at 3-3. When you've had the season that Bunting's had, he's played a lot of matches. He will have been in this situation at least 3 or 4 times where he's had a somewhat sketchy start, but he's found his way through. And to prove that, if you look at the amount of games that all of these players have played in Players' Championships this year, Stephen Bunting has played 83 matches. That's the 9th most.
99.
And if we go through the list of players in the top 10, there aren't many who haven't won. Hetter's won, Humphreys has won, Chisnell's won, Cross has won, Dirk's won, Michael Smith has won, Josh Rock has won. In fact, there are only 3 players in the most games played list who haven't won: Ratajski, Schindler and Bunting.
Yeah, I've had the sense for a while that Stephen Bunting might be on the brink of something. We did see him, didn't we, at the last
100.
World Championship, but one really go close against Gerwyn Price. I think he's stirring a little bit, Stephen, at the moment, and I think there are good days ahead. And this is a man who thought about packing up a few years ago.
Oh, he's mentally strong. I think he's become stronger because of that barren period where he decided he was going to walk away, but this isn't barren.
Oh, it was almost brilliant. We saw it from jackpot Adrian Lewis earlier on. Now, Jamie Hughes is hoping for a bit of a party piece finish. Treble 20 would leave him the ball.
104.
On the green, but not in the hole.
Required 25.
This is turning into a really good game. Oh, that's a bad dart. Oh, that's even worse.
No score.
No shot to double with a 25 checkout
25.
is maybe the biggest error of this game so far. Oh, and he's gone the other side. The single 9 does not want to be hit.
Right, now don't hit the double when you're going for the single, Jamie.
Just don't hit the 12.
Don't do what Bunting's done.
Well, this is a weird ending to a leg.
Bunting ended up busting as well, so he's got to come back and do this 25. Is he staying there? He does.
He's had 6 darts to convert 25. He said he was thinking of better days, maybe. Well, he's hoping for better minutes because he's now lost his throat.
Long leg, that one, but better 8 than never. Hughes ahead.
Better 8 than never. I like that.
85.
You think about Yoz's season, he's played 64 games in Players' Championships this year, and he's been typically consistent without being spectacular.
121.
He's had runs to last 16s. He's had a quarter-final this year where he lost out to Luke Humphreys. No shame in that.
140.
But his last tournament in Players' Championship 30, he did lose to James Wade in the last 16, and then Wade went up to win it. So
yeah, beat Gary Anderson in that run as well.
Yeah,
who has played. People don't realise because he's not won either, but he's played really good stuff on the floor this year, Gary Anderson.
Yeah, you can say that again. We'll talk about Gary a bit more a little bit later because he's taken on Gabriel Clemens, but Gary's actual average for all of the Players' Championship events this year, 97.5. He's only played 51 games, but this drought that Gary's on of not winning tournaments, he'll be hoping to stop that. Because if he doesn't, this weekend, or indeed at Alexandra Palace, his ranking is going to slip a lot.
Usually comes up with something, Ali Pali, doesn't he? Will we see the annual Gary Ali Pali rally?
Jamie requires 78.
Can you say that again?
No. 78 for Hughes, 20 for Tops. Can't see all of it.
38.
Can't see enough of it.
Stephen, you require 160.
You also hit a 150 against you, Stephen. This would be a great way to respond. I say it'd be a great way. Tops. Oh, it's amazing! What a finish!
Well, this has gone for Stephen Bunting from the ridiculous to the sublime. Couldn't close out 25 in 6 starts, hitting everything that he didn't want to hit, and then he hit everything he did want to hit to take out 160 in 3.
Did you like my impression of Fred from Coronation Street there, by the way? I say it'd be a great way. Yeah, this has got potential written all over it now. 3 legs left. I think we'll get all 3. Now, how many times have you seen Stephen Bunting in matches like this, where it goes to the wire? The game he had with Andy Bolton at the World Championship a couple of years ago sticks out in my mind. And you just wonder, don't you? Is that ranking money defence on the mind of Bunting? Because he's losing 100,000 at the Worlds coming up.
Yeah, good point. Very good point.
Same for Dave Chisnell as well, remember? Anderson's on the 200,000 drop, and I guess he's got the big one to defend, the 500,000, but 100 grand is a big rankings defence. In fact, it's the biggest rankings defence in Stephen's career in the PDC.
Of course, Michael van Gerwen has won the bulk of big titles this year. Could see him return to world number 1 if he goes and wins the tournament.
Yep, because he's only, I say only, he's defending 50,000 after losing to Dave Chisnell in the quarters 2 years ago. I say losing.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly, isn't it? Well, look what Stephen Bunting's left. He's taken out 160. Hughes had already taken out 150. Now Bunting wants the 150.
100. Stephen, you require
Is he going to go the same route?
150.
He's not. Oh, this is fascinating.
Jamie require 100.
Hughes gets the ton. He'll throw for the match. Can't throw a dart better than that. That was so good. You can't finish 100 better than that. They were perfect. They were exactly where he was aiming. Just kissing the underside of the top wire on both shots.
And now, Jamie Hughes is in control, he's in command, but in this match, you can't really say that with any confidence, because in any given leg, a player can produce a stunning checkout or miss a handful of darts at double.
Stephen's going to have to dig deep once again.
100.
Chris Dobie against Gert Nenchers coming next. We've still got Martin Schindler, Vincent van der Voort, Johnny Clayton, John O'Shea, Matt Campbell, Steve Beaton, and Gabriel Clements against Gary Anderson to come.
Yeah, that'll do. But this one's not done yet. His beloved Liverpool squad
93.
have, at this time in the season, not played their best, but they're still not too shabby. And Bunting could use a little bit of that steel right now.
125.
But he's still in this. He's still in it. Even the 125 there from Jamie Hughes. Bunting's only just over his shoulder. Has to hit a treble, you'd think, with this dart, though, and doesn't.
58.
Hughes is 29 behind, but he's still got the darts for me firmly in his hands now. Look at that mouth. Just almost like one of those ugly dogs you see on Instagram saying, I want that treat and I want it now.
I don't think I'm following that particular account, Paul.
60. Jamie required
I think those dogs are called Griffies.
Let's see if Hughes can get his teeth into this. Double 16.
I don't care how good Bunting is, you can't take 190 out. I think he knows that the exit door is being prepped.
Does he though? Because
What's he doing here?
Jamie Hughes is just as culpable in this match to miss a load of darts at double as Stephen Bunting is.
Did he really go for 3 balls to leave tops? Does it make any difference?
Oh, he gets there in the end. Jamie Hughes defeats Stephen Bunting. Shaking his head there. It wasn't a poor performance by any stretch of the imagination. I think Jamie Hughes should give himself a little bit more credit than that. We saw 2 stunning checkouts, a 160 from Bunting, a 150 from Hughes, but it was the 15 missed doubles from Stephen Bunting that were ultimately his downfall, and Jamie Hughes goes through to the second round where he will face Ryan Searle. Coming next then, Chris Dobey against Nenches.